YouTube? I'm back again today for another game review, and today I'm very excited to check out Weird Things Humans Search For from Big Potato Games. This is for 3 to 20 players, age is 14 plus, it'll take you about 20 minutes to play, and in Weird Things Humans Search For, this is a party game in which you are going to try to predict the weird things people type into search engines. So essentially, each card is going to have the beginning of a sentence that someone types into your typical search engine, like Google, and then you have to try to predict what the end of that will be. You're going to score points based on how many you get right and how correct you get those. If you were able to get the first place one. It is a light, simple party-style game that, while not exactly an adult game, does have some risque material, so be forewarned going forward. I'm going to say sex at least once. But let's open it up, and I'll tell you what I think about it. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Weird Things Humans Search For. So first and foremost, we have a handy-dandy rulebook. It is really just one-page, double-sided, pictures, illustrations, examples. Very well done, should have you up and running in no time at all. I can also teach you how to play the game right now, because it is a very simple game. So in Weird Things Humans Search For, you're going to play over the course of 5 rounds, trying to guess the weird things that humans search for, and if you are the best at guessing it, or your team is the best at guessing it, you will win the game. How does it work? Let's look at the components. So first and foremost, you're going to get a little score pad. It looks something like this. I wish it was double-sided, but it is perfectly serviceable, and honestly, you could just use a pen and a paper. Same thing. Next, you're going to have these little sheets of paper that you'll be able to write down your main and bonus answers on each time, because you are going to be answering the question each time. Well, it depends really on your player count, but I'll talk more about that later. Last but not least, you're going to have the star of the show here, which are going to be these cards right here. And you're going to get a whole bunch of these cards that will have different search things that were typed into search engines. Do giant pandas. And then it will have all the top answers right here. And your goal is to try to predict those top answers. So how does it work? Really simple. So first and foremost, at the beginning of each round, one team or one person from a team is going to be the question master, and they are going to read the question out loud, just the question that's entered into the search bar, a la up here. Now, when they read it, everyone else is going to try to put down 2 answers on this piece of paper. They're going to put down a main answer, and they're going to put down a bonus answer. How does that work? Well, in your main answer, you're trying to get the number 1 answer. If you get that correct, you're going to gain 4 points. If it's anywhere else on the card, so if it's like answer number 7 or 8 or something, you're going to get 2 points. Still pretty respectable. Next, you have your bonus answer. Your bonus answer, if it's anywhere on the card, doesn't matter if it's number 1 or number 10 or number 5, whatever, is going to get you 1 point. So the question master is going to read out the question. I'm going to try to not actually see the answers so I can do it. Is it cool to ... So now everyone else is going to try to write down their answers. So me personally, I feel like smoke is definitely going to be on here somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be number 1, though. Yeah, is it cool to smoke? Yeah, I'm just going to go with smoke. So smoke's going to be my number 1. And then, you know what? I'll just have a throwaway one and we'll go masturbate. I don't know. Have sex. Masturbate. Yeah, we're going to masturbate. No, we're going to have sex. Have sex. I feel like that's a very safe answer. So I think I'm going to get 3 points here. We'll see. Everyone's going to write down their questions right there, and they're also going to have their teams over here, either the names of the team or the players, because you can play this just as a less than a team game. So let's check it out. Now, the question master is going to read out the question. They're going to read all the answers. Is it cool to be hip, to vape, to smoke, to be black, to be smart, to be weird, to wear a watch, to skip leg day, to roll up your jeans, to tuck in your t-shirt? So let's take a look at what I had. I had to smoke and to have sex. Now, smoke is on there, and that was my main answer, so I would score 2 points for smoke. Have sex is not on there, so I wouldn't get any points for that, so I would end up getting 2 points this round. Chances are nobody would get the 4 points. At least I doubt anyone's going to get be hip, but hey, you never know. And there you go. And then the next person on a different team would be the question master. They would read aloud the question, why does Harry Potter? And then you would rinse, wash, and repeat until you have gone over the course of 5 rounds. After 5 rounds, whoever has the most points will be the winner of Weird Things Humans Search For, and that, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alrighty then, Weird Things Humans Search For from Big Potato Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, this is a light, simple party game. It'll take you about 20 minutes to play, and it's going to take you about 1 minute to teach. And obviously, if you're not in the market for that sort of thing, this is not going to be the game for you. Also on the con side, that while I really do like the idea of this game, it is somewhat risque. There will be some topics that you probably wouldn't want to talk to about with kids. So with that being said, while it's not an adults-only party game by any stretch of the imagination, this is something that I can't consider to be a family game, despite the fact that the mechanisms and everything inside the game are easy enough that everybody in the family could play, but you'd end up having some really weird and uncomfortable conversations with your family, especially your younger ones. Any other cons I have of the game? I have a couple minor component issues. They only come with 3 pencils. Not a big deal, but still something that I wanted to mention. I wish they would have made the score sheet double-sided. Jesus Christ, it's 2018. Make these damn score sheets double-sided. That always annoys me. I mean, seriously, just double-side the paper. But once again, you could just use a piece of paper, so it's more of a nitpick than anything like that. Box could have been smaller. That'd be something that I like. It is, I understand why they made the box this size because, it's much more friendly when you see it on the shelf instead of a smaller box, but still, it definitely could have been a smaller box for the components inside. But that's all I really have on the con side. Because moving on the pro side, I really enjoyed this game. Weird Things Humans Search For went over really well. We had a lot of fun with the game. We had a lot of laughs with the game. We were really terrible at the game for the most part, which, and that might be a con to some people, that it is a pretty difficult game, but it's also a pretty eye-opening game, and it's a fun experience. And I feel like this game is less of a game and more of a just, hey, I've got this idea. What if we just try to make a game into something about the Google search bar and all the funny stuff that pops up? And somebody's like, yeah, I think we can turn that into a game, and that's what they did. And it succeeds. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's easy to learn. It's easy to teach. And it's the kind of game where if you play it once in a night, you're probably going to play it over and over and over again if it goes well, which is, if you're watching this video and you're interested in the game, probably what you're wanting to know. So yes, we played it. And we played it like 5 times in one night because it was fun. There you go. Big Potatoes, Weird Things Humans Search For. We had fun. We had a lot of laughs. We drank a couple beers. And in the end, I can recommend it if that's what you're looking for. If you want some slightly risque stuff, but still some kind of stuff that you could play at the office Christmas party and look everybody in the face the next day. So that is Weird Things Humans Search For Big Potato Game, a game that I do enjoy. I will not be keeping it. I'll be giving it to my buddy Eric, who keeps pretty much all my adult party games, but at the same time, I probably would keep it because I really did like it, and I think if you have a slightly older teenage crowd, they could really get a kick out of this game as long as you don't mind talking about those risque topics. That being said, I would not play this as a game night game. This is purely a casual game. If you're having people over and you're having lunch or dinner or something like that, they don't really play games that much. You just want some icebreaker kind of stuff. I think this would go over very well for that. Party game, obviously, yes, it's a great party game. I like playing it as teams and discussing with people the different possibilities. I liked it best at the higher player counts, but you'd still have fun with the lower player counts because in the end, the funnest part about this game is seeing just how weird humans are. So that is Weird Things Humans Search For from Big Potato Games. If it looks like it might be your cup of tea, be sure to check this one out. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know. What is the last weird thing you searched for? Well, let's go over to Google and find out. Yes. Are you still here? That was way too difficult, so screw that. As always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Are you still...